Now that we have our overlapping hills, let's talk about scale and position. Your final required goal in this mini landscape is to use scale and position to create depth in your art. So objects that are closer to the viewer are generally going to be lower on the paper. This house is closer to me, the viewer, so it's lower on the paper than this house because it's farther away and farther objects are higher on the paper. And you can see these two houses. Of those two houses, the closer object is bigger than the farther object. Whatever's closer should be bigger than the object behind it. See these big trees up front and the little teeny tiny trees in back? All right, let's get to drawing some trees. To start off your trees, you're going to draw a little guideline that's going to act like the trunk of the tree. And I'm going to do a big one on this hill right in front. I'm going to start it real low so I can make it as tall as I can and show that it's close up. And then put a little curved line down at the bottom there. So this is our trunk. And you're going to do a bunch of back and forth motions like this to fill up the branches with needles. So you're going to color side to side, really small at the top of the tree. And then you're going to keep on getting bigger and bigger. Make the tree wider and wider as you go down. Then compared to the rest of my tree, my trunk looks really skinny, so I'm going to thicken that up a little bit. And then you can always go back and add in little branches wherever you think it might need a little extra, or you can hide a little critter sitting on one of those branches. Very little critter right there. Now let's position our next tree up higher. And it also needs to be smaller because it's farther away. Oh, and my tree's tilting a little bit. That's okay, it might just be windy. Oh, and that's not our bell, that's just a bell in the recording. So, same method. Coloring side to side to side to side to side to side. Wider, larger at the base. And then fill in any branches you think it needs. Pine trees are gonna be denser near the middles, like near the trunk. Okay, I'm gonna put way off in the distance over here some little tiny trees. What other details do you need in your artwork for it to be something you're proud of? I think I want a house and then I'll be done. Here's a nice easy way to draw a house without doing much planning. I start with a number 11. I'll draw the bottom of the house and then put whatever kind of roof on there that I would like. And I'm going to draw out some windows that I will not color in, and then that'll make it look like the house is lit up. And then I'll color in all the rest of that house. You can add doors, you can add more windows. If you have a very fine Sharpie or a super sharpened pencil, you could even draw a face inside one of the doors. And then I'm going to draw a path going up to the door. Door is going to be about there, one side of the path, and the path is going to be thicker near the bottom where it's closer to the viewer. So skinny up near the house, path gets thicker down near the bottom. Oh, and I'll put a chimney. And then this marker is kind of drying out. It makes for very good smoke coming up out of the chimney. What will you create in your landscape? Make sure that you have used overlap to create depth in your artwork, and that you have used scale and position to create depth in your artwork. And the live Ms. Linsky will give you directions on how to put these landscapes together. Also, let the live Ms. Linsky know if you'd like to rewatch this video or watch the video about deciduous leafy trees or beachy palm trees. Have fun drawing.